We all have three fundamental essence. Failure to understand this might keep you broke. You're welcome to Conversations with Michael Ogunshola, the peak performance strategist. This content is created to equip us for peak performance. So one of the very interesting subjects I've researched over the years is, what does it mean to be human? What fundamentally makes us unique species that is common to all human? In other words, understanding the commonality of humans will help us to maximize our abilities and capacities. And so in my research, I found out that there are these three core that is common to all humans. Please do well to like this video, share this video, and subscribe. On today's discourse, we'll be considering three major reasons why people remain broke and how they can fix it. In other words, these three core of what makes us a unique species is not being put to use. In other words, what is it about human that makes us unique, that understanding it can impact my financial trajectory? Our essence can be summarized in three words, and understanding this will impact your financial trajectory. So what is the first essence of what it means to be human? The first essence of what it means to be human is, as human, we are expected to give. Giving is living. If you show me a poor man, I will show you an individual that has not mastered the art of giving. When we say giving is living, what do we mean? For you to stay alive, you need to give out carbon dioxide. In other words, as you are giving out carbon dioxide, you are taking in oxygen. Even the scripture says, give and it shall be given unto you. The measure with which you give out, that's the same measure that will be meted back to you. What does that mean? It means that if you find yourself in a place of lack, in a place of not having abundance or not having sufficient, check out your giving life. When I talk about giving, what am I saying? In a recent interview conducted by the Vanguard, the African Development Bank chairman, that's Mr. Adesina, he alluded to the fact that 50% of Nigerian youths are either jobless or unemployed. Guess what? The reason why these Nigerian youths are jobless or unemployed is because rather than seek how to apply themselves or deploy themselves, they are seeking employment. There is a paradigm shift that you need as an individual that wants to attain peak performance. Part of what I'm saying is you need to understand the place of giving. You should find something to give, value to give, something to sell, something to add to an organization. Because in this context, I'm not talking about giving in monetary wise, but I'm talking of giving in value wise. I'm reminded of Dr. Stephen Akitayo. Dr. Stephen Akitayo, many years ago, when he graduated from university, just because of the way the system has been, wired, or the way the system is automated to function, it generally raises, employees. And of course, Dr. Stephen Akitayo was in that category. He had written more than 100 CVs, put it in different organizations, unable to land a job. He thought about it. He said, what can I give? What can I do? How can I add value? Back then on campus, he had sold popcorn. And now that he has graduated, what can he do as a business? He said, okay, I have 1,000 naira. I will use it to start a bulk SMS business. He said his best to it. He began to market the bulk SMS business. And, quite a number of clients came. The business was doing well, but it was not doing well enough. But he scaled the business. He moved on to other things. Today, he is the founder of G-Text Home. The same G-Text that was a bulk SMS company years ago is now the G-Text that is now the real estate company. He's a real estate man, he's a consultant, he's a life coach, he's a multifaceted man, he's a billionaire. Just talk about having branches all over. That is because this man understands the concept of giving. He gave value. The idea is, there are young people out there, if you find yourself in a place of lack, in a place of being unemployed, it's not the time to bemoan your fate. It is the time to ask yourself, what can I sell? What can I buy and resell? Either online or offline. So another thing you must understand if you want to overcome being broke, is this: you were created for service. Listen, we were built to serve. Service in this context, I'm not talking about service to God in a form of religious setting, because in Africa and Nigeria, we are good with that. We serve God in church, in mosque, in different places. But I tell you this, doing all of those might not necessarily have a direct impact on your economy. If you want your personal economy to change, you must understand the dimension of service I'm speaking about on this conversation. The dimension I'm speaking about is the dimension of volunteering, the dimension of serving a reasonable, a noteworthy cause, the dimension of apprenticeship. I look around me and I find young people saying that there is no job, they can't find somewhere to work. And I say to myself, there are organizations that are seeking volunteers. Go and volunteer your service. What I always tell people is, in volunteering your service, you have obeyed a law. And what is that law? The laborer is entitled to his wage. When you serve, you have created vacuum. Nature also abhors vacuum. So the vacuum of service that has been deployed must by all means bring monetary reward, bring value back to you, because it is value out, value in. So when you find somebody to give yourself to, when you find a leader to serve by form of apprenticeship, that's one of your fastest way out of poverty. I'm not just saying this in out of vacuum. I'm talking from a true life experience. So many records of people that have served masters at different points in time. Cosmos Maduka is served, and today he's the chairman of Coscharis Motors and Coscharis brand generally. Talk about Aliko Dangote, the richest man in Nigeria and even on the continent. Aliko Dangote, many years ago, he served Dan Tata. What I am observing in this generation is there is that gap of service. Everybody is asking, how much will you pay me before they even do anything? You see, the rich people don't work that way. The rich people are always looking for opportunity to serve, and they know that it's always a privilege to serve. Because if you serve somebody diligently, your reward will definitely locate you. You are too big to serve, then you are too small to lead. Because anyone that will lead must be willing to serve. And you can serve your way out of poverty, because you, my dear viewer, you are built to serve. The third essence of what makes us human, of how we are supposed to walk in order to become the best version of ourselves, is understanding the place of love and kindness. When you look at the likes of Mother Teresa and Muhammad Yunus, these are Nobel laureates. Most of the people that have become Nobel laureates are people that have given their life to serving humanity. I cannot overemphasize this. You see people run NGOs, you ask, how are they making money? Don't just talk about how people are making money. You were not created to make money necessarily. You were created to deploy yourself to your area of gift and talent. So what am I saying? When you look at NGOs, you will see that they are giving themselves to a noteworthy cause. They are making the world a better place. They have love, they have kindness. This is what the likes of Daniel Goleman will call emotional intelligence. This is what the likes of Jack Ma will call love quotient. There is something as love quotient. Most of the time, we are being trained to improve our intellectual quotient, that's the IQ. But in the times you are living in and beyond, you must understand emotional intelligence. Your emotional quotient, it has to rate high. You must love people. You must be willing to serve people. You must be kind to people. Muhammad Yunus is the founder of Grameen Bank, the foremost microfinance bank in the world. Many years later, microfinance bank is now popular and all over the space. That's because somebody loved and showed kindness to people that needed little money, and he loaned out that money, and in the space of time they returned it, and the business model for the microfinance bank was founded. Most of the time, when you have a sense of social entrepreneurship, doing something great, making an impact, somehow the business side of it will be born. But don't just be quick to articulate how you want to make money from that venture, but be quick to articulate how you are giving value from that venture. I will tie this up by sharing with you a very powerful concept I discovered many years ago. It's called TAS. And what is TAS? Talent, attitude, and skill. What is TAS? Talent, attitude, and skill. In other words, when you look at the character by the name David in the Bible, David was a man that had a great talent, he had a great attitude, and he had a great skill. What is his talent? His ability to take on the giant, his ability to defend, his sheep, even when he would be in the forest. That is what I'm saying. Talent, attitude, and skill has nothing to do with degrees, but it has everything to do with deploying yourself to your area of giftings and talents, mastering your skill, mastering your craft. There is a gift you have, there is a talent you have. You need to take it away from just being skillful, take it from being talented to being skillful, because that's the idea. You were created to walk in the area of your gift and talent, not just to stay there. One of my mentors, he said something. He said, don't sell what you have not developed. In other words, you have a duty to discover what you are passionate about, what you are talented in, and monetize it. But if you do not go through this process, if you don't understand the place of talent, attitude, and skill, you are going to miss it in a big way. And so I share with you, if you want to overcome being broke, understand this. Sit down, settle down, find what you have talent for, then develop yourself, deploy yourself to it, start giving it to a small audience. Over time, you grow the audience, and the rest will be history. I remind Michael Ogunshola, the peak performance coach, saying peak performance, it is possible.